In the geographic heart of Quebec, there lies a great wilderness of unspoiled beauty. The Cree nation of Wabissinane have bestowed upon this land the name Eeyou Istchee, meaning place where the waters come from. Here sprawls a wild land where nature still maintains rule of law. The barren tundra, windswept taiga, and great boreal forest all converge against the backdrop of the remote and secluded Otish Mountains. The western fringes of these isolated peaks give rise to the mysterious Tichégami River. Until recently nearly inaccessible, her turbulent alpine waters remain secret to all but a privileged few. Otish Mountains are bust! We'd begin our journey by driving one of Quebec's northernmost highways into the heart of the mountains, nearly inaccessible until the recent construction of a remote resources road. The last documented account of the Upper Tichégami that we could track down was nearly a half-century-old upstream push from a Camp Keewaydin expedition. Following in the footsteps of the Cree peoples, our planned descent would be one of the few, if any, undertaken by modern paddlers through the place where the waters come from. Over the course of 17 days, this expedition will see us travel 300 kilometers through the untamed wilds of northern Quebec. We'll start our trip in the valley of the Otish Mountains, bushwhacking past turbulent alpine flows until we reach the waters of the mysterious Tichégami River. Paddling through the mountain valley of the Tichégami, will face numerous rapids as the river tumbles downstream through waters which few have traveled before. After days of endless whitewater, we'll reach the sprawling lowlands and windswept shores of Lake Baudeau. From Baudeau, we'll attempt to retrace the traditional route of the Cree peoples, venturing upstream through a maze of shallow waters to the height of land, before the final push downstream to the big waters of Lakes Wabissinane and Albanel, and a combined 17 kilometers of exposed open water crossing at the mercy of Quebec's largest lake. Oh man, I am so stoked right now. We are in the Otish Mountains and we've been driving for like 14 hours just in this gravel pit, but we're in the valley of all these mountains. And coming up here, it was getting barren land and like taiga tundra style. And man, this is just incredible. The sun's starting to set on us and we're just looking for a good spot to set up camp for tonight, because we're actually going to be bushwhacking to get to the start of the Tichégami River. But we're just looking for a good place to set up.
Well, I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
From the drive, it was what,
16 hours?
16 or 15 hours, something like that. But I'm going to get a beer into me.
Already on
Get
it?
a warm meal. And I'm pumped. I'm ready.
Yeah, get to bed, wake up early, and get going.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm just going to lunchbox the canoe. It's like, it's a long Portage, the lunchbox.
Yeah.
No, I got
Like here to there, yeah, SpongeBob.
So we're just kicking off this trip. Really excited about this one. Got a crew of 6. Gonna be potentially really important because we've got some stretches of potential serious whitewater, but flows are low, so we don't know what we're gonna get when we go further down the river in terms of difficulty.
I'm pretty nervous actually, because I was like, yeah, cool, it's just, you know, a bunch of rapids in, you know, quick succession, like it's not gonna be a big deal. And then I'm sitting in the house before we leave and I'm actually looking at the maps and I'm like, holy crap, like this is a lot. Class 4, class 4, class 4, falls, class 3, falls. And it's like, okay, so I think it's gonna really push my skills.
Excited, a little bit nervous, a little antsy. This will be my biggest trip to date, so I don't know. I'm confident it'll be good. I think there'll be some good whitewater, hopefully.
Really excited for this one. This environment up here is just gorgeous. Right now we're in this gorgeous chain of mountains and we'll be doing some hikes and stuff around here too before we hit the water, just because we're not gonna be in the valley of the mountains for more than 2 days. So we really wanna take advantage of it and, you know, poke around, but let's go. I'm so excited. We're in the Otish Mountains, and we're just ascending to the top of the tree line here. There's a range we saw before we wanted to paddle. We wanted to hike, get a good view of the area, and we're nearly at the top now. Although we are getting clipped out. This is unreal. Stunted trees, cliffs, crazy. Oh my God.
This is Verdon.
Insane.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. I'm at a loss for words up here. It is just such a magical place. It's worth the hike. I'm just blown away by this. Absolutely incredible landscapes up here.
Located at the geographical center of Quebec, the Otish Mountains are the life-giving source of waters for rivers emptying into 3 of Quebec's major watersheds, Ungava, James and Hudson's Bay, and the St. Lawrence River. The waters that begin here will flow thousands of kilometers to their eventual oceanic terminus, providing life and energy to the lands and people along the way.
James Bay, Tiaga out that way. Otish Mountains continue that way. Tichégami River Valley over there, we're going to be paddling. Unreal start to the trip. Can't wait to get on the water now. You guys ready to paddle Tichégami?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, let's roll. Unnamed creek to the Tichégami. We are on the water. We're in a small unnamed stream right now. And we're gonna be paddling this down to the Tichégami River. It's only a couple kilometers. Best access point really, it's an old gravel pit. From here, we're gonna go down and there'll be a couple rapids and stuff that we'll get on the Tichégami River.
Oh my God. Okay.
The neoprene socks are
Oh, it's cold. Okay, I guess one at a time. Yeah, there you go.
You over a rock there? I think we're kind of on a rock.
Awesome.
Log jam!
Despite being just a few short kilometers long, the unnamed creek proved to be a formidable warm-up for the paddle ahead. With just a trickle of water to cushion our canoes, the remainder of the day was spent slowly wading downstream, eagerly anticipating deeper waters of the Tichégami.
So we came down the creek and we're at where the north branch of the Tichégami meets up. Got a couple little like class 1 Swifty nonsense here, and then it's going to spit us into the south branch of the Tichégami, and it's be the main Tichégami River from here on in. So yeah, really pumped. It wasn't too bad, a little bit of a creek whack, but now we actually get to run some right water. Cheese grater, eh?
When we finally reached the Tichégami, we were awestruck with what lay before us.
We finally made it to the Tichégami River, did a nice hike up into the Otish Mountains today, and started off in the headwater stream, pushed through there. But man, the scenery around here is absolutely amazing. We're right now in a mountain valley. Otish Mountains are on both sides, and the Tichégami just winds its way through here. Pretty open, lots of black spruce, reindeer moss and whatnot in the background. Just incredible scenery. Water's really low though, so it might be a factor in how the rest of this trip goes, because we have a section later on in the trip where it's just rapid after rapid, but it's low, it's bouldery, so we'll see how that goes when we get there. But thus far, loving it so far. First night out here is absolutely amazing. Scenery is just fantastic.
Our first evening on the Tichégami was surreal. Tucked away on a bend of the river, enveloped in the mountain valley, we were in awe of our surroundings. As the lands faded slowly into the evening darkness, it seemed nothing could break our spellbound captivation. That is, until we flipped the canoes over for the night.
Oh, there is some blood on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a nice bug that was killed and sprayed down.
I think like maybe 2 or 3 more and I think we're done. Unfortunately, that seems to be quite a lot, but we got other stuff. So no one punch a hole in their boat, please. Barely a day into our trip, and we had already experienced our first significant setback. The gel coat on one of our canoes was rapidly failing. We had no choice but to stay up late into the night, making repairs and patches to a canoe that had not yet seen any rapids. With over 2 weeks of paddling ahead, it was hard to shake the unnerving feeling that our trip might be doomed from the start.
Bushwhack uphill for half of it.
All right, guess what? A surprising rest day today. We had some unforeseen canoe repairs to make on one of the boats last night. Unfortunately, And we're just waiting for some of the bond of the epoxy resin we put on there to set. Bit of a soft spot in the middle of the canoe there. Had some gel coat work done on it, but it looks like the gel coat work that was done on it didn't take. And we've got a ton of rapids downriver. We've got about 7 to 8 more days of travel on the river, including some big potential whitewater sections. We don't really want to have that boat being a liability on trip. So we've been doing some field repairs. Thankfully, it's a nice sunny day, so we're letting that epoxy resin cure, and half of us are gonna go do a hike in the meantime, while the rest are just gonna relax and kick back and enjoy the gorgeous scenery around here. But that's why you gotta factor in some flexibility into your trip plans, because you never know what you're gonna face.
Yeah, let's get her up that mountain. Peak number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy gems around this place, man.
Little surprise mountain stream.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, eh?
Man, I don't know why I wore shorts and a t-shirt for this, but if you move fast enough, you can outrun the bugs. And as we were climbing, we're getting some wind. But man, bushwhacking through here is just incredible. Yeah, it's a dream. Wide open, mossy spruce forests. You can have sight lines for kilometers around you. This is incredible bushwhacking. Ah! It's like open, but the footing's kind of sketch.
Yeah, but it's better than closed.
Yeah,
Right?
100%, dude.
You can see where your foot has to go.
Yeah, almost there. Wow, you black fly. We made it, eh, Brad?
Yeah, boys. What a trek.
Oh,
Wow, I think camp is like 4K down there.
right over there.
Whatever.
Oh, no, Brad's dancing. 800-meter peak and he's dancing.
Just incredible views up here. Literally 360-degree view of the Otish Mountains here, out to the Tiaga over there, Tichégami River Valley down below. Just incredible.
Here, at the northern limit of the boreal forest, the lands transition to open plains of shrubs and black spruce, known as taiga. At nearly 1 kilometer above sea level, the peaks of the Otish reveal a new landscape of fragile Arctic tundra, where trees give way to lichens, mosses, and ground-hugging shrubs.
Like the video or pictures really can't show how incredible this place is. It's indescribable. I'm in such awe. Wow.
Either over top, you can go over top,
Uh-huh.
and then as I'm coming through,
Yeah.
I release,
Oh, you release. Okay.
and then I'm here, flip.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
What's the view like from the top?
Oh, the best I've seen.
Best on the trip so far?
No, best ever that I've seen personally, like ever. Yeah, it was phenomenal. I can't describe it. 360 like pano view of like, I don't know, of everything. Tons of lakes and bogs and creeks and other peaks you can see, like just everywhere. You can see as far.
Emptiness.
Yeah.
Today we are going to try to get further downriver for once. We are starting to hit some whitewater. Hopefully the repairs we did to the canoe are gonna hold up. Pretty crucial because we're gonna be entering a big stretch of whitewater sets over the next couple days, and we really wanna make sure that hull is dialed in and is not gonna get further damaged. Bit disconcerting, but I think the repair job was looking pretty stellar right now. There's some more rigidity back in the hull.
It's gonna be our first real day on the river. I'm really excited to go downriver. I mean, we're already on day 4 and we've barely moved. It feels really weird.
First day of rapids on the water.
First actual day on the river.
Yeah. It'll be good. Yeah. Have about 3 liters of water because it's super hot. It'll be good to go.
So the repair job on the canoe is holding up really nicely. The hull got a little stiffer now. That epoxy resin has really nicely set in there. So I think we're gonna be good for the rest of this trip. Just something in the back of the mind to consider when we're going through some of those rapids. Yeah, that's the important part about doing a trip like this. You gotta make sure you always carry a repair kit with you because you never know what's gonna happen to your equipment. So just make sure that you have the skills and the know-how to fix some of these potential repair jobs that would come up on trip. Easy peasy, I think. It's tight. It's really tight.
He got stuck. Okay, we'll eddy out up here. First rapid of the trip, and a canoe was stuck broadside midstream. The risk of pinning here was precariously high, and doing so could mean a lost canoe and the end of our journey.
How long is this throwback? Hold on, let me go to this rock there.
Just in case, yeah. We're gonna probably get on that rock maybe, because else this angle you're gonna go that way. I think we need to be over here, eh?
Yeah, like straight. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go!
Yeah. Nice. Well done. Good job, guys.
Well, first day, good rescue.
I just didn't forward. I was too worried about it sucking.
So far, a fantastic paddle down the Tichégami River. Last little rapid there. First real intro to whitewater on the trip, and one of the boats kind of got hung up on one of the rocks. Looks like the water levels are pretty low going down here, so these big sandbars make great spots to rest, but that just probably means that some of the rapids further downstream are going to be pretty low too. We're coming up to a section where there's some falls, and I've marked some class 3s and 2s. So we'll see how they're going to be like at these flows. Hopefully we can actually run some decent rapids without bouncing off boulders and whatnot, but we'll see how the river looks when we get down there. Really excited to see if those falls are actually something pretty special too. So let's see what the rest of the day brings. We've come up to a set of small falls on the Tichégami River. The lead up to it is about a class 1 or a swift, and we're definitely not going over the run at the end here. So we're just all gonna try to yucky our way down, one boat after another, into a little pool over here. Then we're gonna line and portage our way down.
Hold slack, perfect.
Alright, bushwhack it is. My favorite type of adventure, a bushwhack. How's that bushwhack, Cam?
Not bad. Pretty easy with the open bush.
Yeah, it's nice, eh?
The open. Yeah, not challenging, I would say.
First one down.
The river had started to quicken its pace as the calm waters of the mountain valley gave rise to boulder-strewn sets of rapids.
How are we looking here? Ready? There we go.
There you go. Nice. I haven't paddle flat that. I hope you caught that on.
Yo, that was a perfect line.
She's hot. Very, 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 very hot. But it's good so far. All the classifications are down about one, at least one class down from what we predicted. Just based off the water levels, they're real low. So it's been good though. We hit a perfect line earlier, which is awesome. So yeah, just making our way to camp. See you in a few.
Well done. Good job. Left of the pillow? Okay. Oh yeah, we got a line here. Nice. Good job. I'm just positioning the stern forward. Bump. That wasn't that bad. Good line. It was just shallow. Oh, where's our channel? Our channel's there.
Okay, go.
Hard. That was a little awkward, sorry. We're good. Straight. Dude, that was so like... Good line, but I mean... We were just hitting boulders and stuff.
No, I know. It was like we had good lines, but
we got kind of hung up on one, and I was like, all right, late day, and we are portaging beside the river. We've been running a bunch of the rapids, but at this point in time, we came over to river left, and we're getting bouldered out. The only real option is to line on river right, but to do so, we'd almost need to go back upstream and then over. And because it's really shallow, there's not really a good spot to get your blade in the water. So getting back on the other side is looking like a lengthy option too. So we've all decided that we're gonna portage through this fairly open woods. It's actually pretty open in here, so it makes trekking along pretty easy.
Oh, little lights out. You know, struggling with this back. Oh. Okay.
The other thing is you think it's flat to walk through, but every step you take you sink. And these hummocks, and there's down trees and stuff. It's better to just drag the canoe through this. It's soft. Late day rapid fun. We just did a gnarly little bushwhack. Nice open sort of tundra type meadow back here, but there's a good little class 2 sort of run here, but it pushes you right towards the brink of the falls. So what we're gonna do is, flows are conducive to running this section, so we're gonna run the first little area and then move over to river right, and then maybe a line up to the precipice of the falls, and hopefully at the precipice of the falls we'll find a campsite, because it is getting later in the day.
I think we're all a little tired and
Dehydrated.
bug fatigued right now.
Glare's the only concern. Sun's going below the trees. Probably won't see the line at all.
So yeah, we'll see how this run goes, but might lose a bit of paint on this one. Okay, good? Yeah, nice. Straight? Yeah. And then kind of straight? And then do we want to go right to the right? Or do you just want to keep moving? Awesome day out here. Fantastic. Gorgeous sight here. Absolutely amazing. We have set up camp beside this really sweeping set of waterfall here. Gorgeous view of the mountains over there, and the sun is just dipping below the horizon.
Day 4 of black flies. Safe to say, they like me.
Yo, that fire is hurting me. Tomorrow we're going to be starting a rapid section, so we will see how that goes, but it's going to be more of what we just did today, but just endless sets after sets after set, eddy in, eddy out, scout, find a line, and keep going. So gonna get rested up tonight, making a big old pasta dinner, and gonna relax by the fire and just enjoy the splendor of here. It's amazing. I can't believe this is in Canada. The scenery in this country is just so diverse. Constantly blown away. With a river rescue and a patched canoe fresh in the back of our minds, nerves were high in anticipation of the next section. Our crude map was a guideline for what lay ahead, a seemingly endless set of rapids that would likely command a few days to overcome. Good morning! Big day today. We are making our way down the rapid section of the Tichégami River. This section is about 20 kilometers long but contains about 50 rapids or so. With these lower flows, some of the bigger sets might be able to run, but then some of the smaller sets we might be lining and waiting, so we'll see what happens further on in the day. It's supposed to be a scorcher again today, 28 degrees, full sun, no wind, so that means clouds of black flies and more heat exhaustion.
It's supposed to be like 28 today. It's gonna kill us. Luckily we'll be wading in the water a lot because a lot of the rapids we have to like line up to and things like that, so it's gonna be a little dicey heat-wise.
Pretty pumped to have lots of rapids. Hopefully we're able to run or line most of them, ideally run. And I hope my face stops being swollen from bug bites.
Good news is it does look like it's going to cool off and the weather's going to break after today, so this might be our last slog for a while. Just yesterday we were all getting a little loopy and dehydrated, paddling in the sun, kind of just baking in our canoes there. leaving the Otish Mountains behind. We now enter into a section of river dominated by near-endless sets of challenging whitewater.
Over the course of 25 kilometers, the Tichégami will quicken its pace and tumble over 50 sets of rapids and falls.
This could prove to be the most challenging part of our expedition, and successfully navigating this portion will require immense teamwork, skill, and patience.
With runnable sets flowing directly into falls and other perils, the margin for error will be slim.
Clouds up there look like they are going to bring some rain in about 12 to 24 hours. You can see, it looks like little puffy cotton balls up there. Usually that precludes nasty weather coming in, like a disturbance or a cold front. So when you see those little tiny cotton ball clouds all together, usually means you will get a change in weather at some point in time. I mean, we're kind of excited for a bit of rain because it might bring the river up and it might kind of dissipate the bugs, or it could just bring all the mosquitoes out. We've got a bit of a 2 to 3 kilometer stretch of where the river gets really braided. It looks pretty sandy. Lots of beaches already beside us here. And then we hit those rapids. Right of these? Okay. Don't worry, I want to go, but we're good. Good job. You ready? Left, left! Yes, yes, punch it! Oh, we definitely scraped on that one! Good job. It was shallower than I thought it was, eh? Nice. Woo! I think we're only gonna go about 8 or 10 kilometers today, but it's gonna take us a long time to get down there because we're gonna have to scout, either line and wade, and then portage or run. So of course, there's all the effort of getting out of the boat, checking out what's gonna happen ahead of you, getting back in the boat, making a game plan, and then deciding what you're gonna do from there on in. And it's just set after set after set after set. Like every single set flows into each other with just a little pool or an eddy line to catch. So we're gonna have to keep our wits about us, we're gonna have to communicate, and we're just gonna have to strategize and take it safe and slow to get through this next section.
Right in front of us, but we're just gonna go slightly. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, right here?
Yep. Just a little bit more.
That was very good. That was pro.
That was amazing. Now let's just get through this.
Can we leave these?
Yeah.
Yes. Thread the needle. Nice. Where are we going here? Turn to the right? Yeah. Left? Yeah. Yeah, nice. No rocks. We hit that line exactly where we said we were going to hit that line.
So we're just going to pick our way down?
Yeah. I don't have anything dangerous marked up. It's C2, C3, C plus for a while. We get into the gnarlier stuff when I flip to map 4B, which I haven't done yet.
Kilometer after kilometer, the river flowed through boulder-strewn sets of rapids. Every bend in its course would reveal continuous whitewater that we blindly ran.
Left, yes, nice. Nicely done. Okay, left, yeah, left. Nice.
Forging ahead, we kept an eye open for the calmer waters of a safe eddy line, and the only rescue at hand to avoid being swept up into dangerous obstructions.
Well done. Well done.
When we could no longer safely navigate the rapids, we reluctantly resorted to lining and waiting.
That's a hole. Looks kind of There's no other way though.
The going was slow and demanding as swift water and slick rocks made for treacherous footing.
Christ, man. Break something. Jesus.
It's gonna swing around, it'll keep giving it slack till it goes out, and then it'll have to go tight, we'll pull it in. So basically the current's gonna take it, and then we have to pull it before it goes all the way down river, okay? A bit more. Stern's gotta clear. So far, so good. Running down these rapids. Been actually able to line or run the majority of them, and the classifications are definitely a lot lower. But you can see all the weeds in the trees here that the water is normally a lot higher. So we actually got pretty lucky with the water levels. Even though they're lower, we can still run stuff. If we had another foot of water though, this would be a blast, but we're still making it down and the scenery is absolutely gorgeous. More sets on the day and hopefully this run, line, eddy out, pick a line sort of thing continues. And yeah, should be a good day.
Nice fun.
You got it.
Stay straight.
Me too. Keep this side up.
Nice. Good recovery. A little more left, yeah. Hard left, hard left, hard left, hard left, nice. Straight. No, straight. Let's weave through here. They're wedged over there. I don't want to take their line. Left, pull me left. Nice. Yep. Yeah, I see the tongue. That wasn't exactly what we wanted to do, but it worked.
And here they come. That was good, eh?
Yeah.
Little boulder garden fun.
Okay, there's a rock at the end, so we're just going to go to the right of it. We're going to thread the needle.
Are we going center right now?
Center?
Oh, I see. Yeah. And then right.
What's up, internet land? All right, so we are about to enter what looks like the barren lands. Looks like a big forest fires came through this region, and because the temperature and climate up here facilitates very slow growing seasons, it's likely that a lot of these trees are just 30 to 40 years ago some of these fires came through. Yep. Nice. Oh, Cam and Emily are stuck. Hold on, left? Yeah, let's go left. I think we can weave through. Left, yeah. Nice. Hard left, yeah. They're stuck, I don't know. We just weaved right past them. They might need a quick rescue. It doesn't look high consequence, but they're stuck. Nice. It's a great day on the river. We were able to pretty much run basically every single rapid, maybe line a few little things. The water levels are actually pretty good for running most of the rapids. A little technical here and there and bumping and grinding in some places, but there's actually a few really fun runs interspersed.
Day 5 of black flies. That is with wearing a bug jacket.
We found a really nice sandbar island here, and it's kind of smack dab in the middle of this sort of barren landscape. Sparse trees, Labrador tea just coating the hills, and lots of rough boulders. And the sight lines are pretty far around here. You can see the mountains way out that way, and mountains out that way too. So really cool spot. We're gonna enjoy our evening here and make a big old dinner. Thinking we're doing some black bean burgers, so gonna be tasty.
As we settled in for another evening at camp, the events of the second river rescue and its many days weighed heavily on our minds. We were only 1/3 of the way through the wild waters of the Tichégami, with the maps hinting that tomorrow would bring lengthier sets of formidable whitewater. Everything and everyone would need to be dialed in if we were to safely make it beyond.
Rainy morning today, folks. Excited to get through this next stretch of rapids, but yeah, the weather's kind of putting a damper on it.
First rainy morning on the trip's always an adjustment change, eh? But part of the trip, get through it.
I don't know, pretty miserable vibe right now. We're about to like go out there. It's gnarly headwind with white caps and some nonsense, and then probably rain later too. And then running white water. It's gonna be a wet day, wet, cold day.
Very wet and cold. Yeah, everybody's been getting a bit tired of the heat, but this is kind of the other end of the spectrum. It's good.
It's raining sideways. Got some white caps.
The headwind makes it feel like we're going upstream.
Positive vibes. Eating lots of candy today. And lots and lots of hot chocolate. Looking forward to some mac and cheese tonight.
Beefy mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Food will definitely be our motivator.
Candy on sugar is how we're going to get through this.
Let's do this.
It is driving misty rain right now. The wind is definitely gusting pretty strong out there. Got a mean headwind. There's actually whitecaps on the river at times when the gusts blow through. And to make matters worse, we're going through an area where, like, all along the shoreline, just past 5 meters of trees, there's absolutely no trees and it's barrens. So the wind is just whipping through here. There's no protection whatsoever.
Not much speed today.
Yeah, yell at me today because the wind's gonna drown out everything. First rapid of the day in the wind. Don't go too far. See that pillow? Yeah, perfect. Nice. Good job. We're gonna get into another set of long rapids that just flow into each other, so we'll have to be eddying out and lining and scouting and whatnot. This weather's gonna make it pretty interesting. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, let's wind. Yeah, left eddy, nice. I mean, yeah. Yo, so we can get into there, run the line down, probably one of those eddies, just out down there, but this is definitely the, don't run anything. Eddy out over there if you can.
The first few kilometers revealed how the remainder of the day would unfold. Running rapids to the brink of falls or dangerous sets, we would resort to lining and wading down river's edge.
You got it? You're gonna have to pull that towards me hard. Okay, here we go. Nice. Well done. Well done. Gotta come right around on this corner here. We'll have to get up. Pull the stern in, pull the stern in. Nice, there you go, perfect.
The driving wind and rain chilled us to the core and threatened to halt all progress. The only way to keep warm was by moving forward, overcoming the river's numerous impediments, meter by meter, step by step.
keep going. Right? Keep going on the right.
Straight. We got blown by the wind there. I swear we just got blown by the wind off course. Pick a line, any line, let's go. So make our way down to that next eddy. Are you guys good?
As the morning slipped away to late afternoon, we continued to find ourselves in the middle of unending whitewater. Tensions remained high as every exposed boulder the river presented was one errant stroke away from another river rescue.
See that tongue? We're gonna pop in, ready, to the right. No, no, no. Hard, 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 hard. Nice.
Eddie over here, Eddie here. I know my line too.
Well done. Okay, ready with the draw? Yeah, I agree. Nice. To the right of that big rock, eh? Oh, gotta sweep hard here. Good, good. Wow, that was a arm workout. Yeah, very technical. That when we were coming in there and we just that weave, it was just like slow, 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 slow. Boop. Woo!
Okay, there must be somewhere, okay?
That is good, yeah.
It was just a long line.
You guys, oh, there they are.
We're like, we really don't want to have to get out. We really don't want to have to get out. Let's hope it's good. Let's hope it's good.
Yeah, we just saw that. We're like, they're going to let us know if they're in an eddy or not. And then all of a sudden we saw the power.
Oh, we got it. It wasn't graceful. Actually, all that line's bad. That's tricky. There's no good line there. Trying to weave through. There's a rock right ahead of us, so actually I think we're good. Yeah, we just kissed that rock right there. The other line, actually, that's where we're gonna go. And now I looked at it, I'm like, but you all went this way. I was like,
it's because
was that last black rock at the end. I'm like, yeah.
The most interesting thing on the trip so far is the fact that we haven't seen any signs of anyone really using this river, at least paddlers. We would assume that some of the traditional Cree trappers have utilized this area obviously in the past and maybe continue to do so, but we really haven't seen any signs of human use. No cut logs, no signs of campsites, no blazes, nothing. Really, it feels like paddling down a river that no one ever has gone down before. What a scenic river. Just blown away by the scenery, and it keeps changing. Coming out of the mountains and the dense forest, then we come down to these sort of barren landscape, all the endless rapids. I can't wait to see what's around the next bend because it just keeps changing. This is incredible. Holy wow! Wow, what a canyon! What do you think, Jacob?
Oh, this river is outstanding. Crazy. Everything you want in a trip. Oh, man.
All right, canyon run. Canyon time, baby. Let's do this. Nice. Well done, babes. It doesn't even show a canyon on this map. This is just incredible. What a fun run though, eh?
Since 9:30 this morning when we started, and it's probably like close to 3 now, and it's a lot of hours of just straight rapids. Nothing. We have barely done any flat water. We've probably done like a total of 1 kilometer of flat water. So now it's just let's try to find somewhere to camp and warm up because we're literally soaked to the bone.
Oh my god. A little miserable. Welcome to northern Quebec, where weather changes on a dime. Plus 30 one day and plus 4 and rainy the next. We're just kind of high up on a bank right now. There's not a whole lot of campsite options around here, and these sort of barren lands are really exposed to the wind and the rain. So We just kind of hunkered down under the tarp, had a quick dinner, and now we're all back in the tents and gonna call it an early night. It doesn't look like it's gonna break for a while, so hopefully we do catch a break tomorrow as we make our way further downriver. But yeah, just a cold, kind of miserable weather day, but really exciting day too for running whitewater and stuff. A lot of excitement going through some of those sets, and it's been really fun just running what seems to be almost endless sets where you're just moving along and doing quick boat scouts or jumping out from eddy to eddy and continuing to flush down the river. So hard day, good day, and looking forward to the next one.
It's the struggle of putting away camp in the pouring rain. We have a slight break right now, which is kind of nice, but it's still misting and blowing really hard, so it still kind of feels like a full rain. But, you know, it's kind of all part of the journey, I suppose.
Windy and cold on the Tichégami River. We are making our way down to the confluence of another river. I believe it's the Moon, I could be wrong. Do have more rapids on the day. We have some more sets ahead of us. Maybe some bigger ones again that we're gonna have to line down and whatnot, but spirits are pretty high even after yesterday's miserable downpour, misty, foggy nonsense. We might be out of the unknown section today. We'll see how far we go. We're getting close to it. But man, this has just been one epic trip so far. It's hard to believe we are basically a week in. Time's just flying so far.
With the early morning presenting larger sets of whitewater, both too big to run and far too dangerous to line, we shouldered our gear and portaged across the open lands. Woo!
Got it?
Yep.
Thank you.
No worries.
The overland treks were a welcome departure from the lining and waiting of the days past. Yet, reaching the end of one portage would only reveal another torrent of water further downstream and a new barrier to overcome.
Wow, look at those falls. So bushwhack portaging it is. That's what today Mother Nature's menu is serving up. We're just portaging by a big rapid, twin set of falls. Bushwhacking through pretty open forest, thankfully. It'd be easy just to drag the canoe through here, eh? Pretty cool view up here though. See the mountains in the background and the river down below. At least the terrain is fairly open for finding a way through, but it's still thick underbrush, Labrador tea, and down trees throughout here. Oh, definitely biting your ankles and on the hummocks and stuff in a few parts too.
How's it going?
Oh, you know, chilling.
Oh yeah, I'm just portaging. Got it.
Some bushwhack portage.
What a grind, man. Out. You can walk wherever you can walk. A lot harder with a canoe.
That wind is a little nasty, isn't it? Where's my this side up sticker? What's going on here? Spot the problem.
That was good. It was a little tricky, but we made it. Beautiful scenery, though.
This was what was getting me through it. Yeah.
That one? It wasn't too bad. The hardest thing is finding your line, because if you go the wrong way, the footing is just terrible. But besides that, it's like an easy bushwhack. You're not like hucking through trees or bush or anything, so I don't know, not too bad. Fun.
Okay, ready, babes? All right, see you guys. I think we're going over these. We gotta get up in the wave train over there.
After hours of portaging, we finally reached waters safe enough to run with our canoes. Once again, we faced a river choked with boulders, but this time, making swift downstream progress.
Nice. Stay to the right, yeah. I think punch right through here. And see that one sticking right up? We're gonna just come right next to it. Nice.
As we neared the end of a long set of rocky whitewater, the confluence of another river came into view. It was here that the waters of the Tichégami would combine with that of another river, doubling in size and hinting that it was leaving behind its shallow, rocky course.
We have reached the confluence of what I believe is the Moon River flowing here into the Tichégami River, and we should pick up more volume of water, hopefully continuing downstream of the Tichégami. But from this point on, there is more documented use of travel. Now it's few and far between, so we're leaving some of the unknown portion behind now, but we're still entering a portion that is seldom traveled. Looks bouldery. I guess we are. Good front ferry there, babes. And once we catch this on the stream, catch it, catch it. Nice. Nice. Good job. Good. looks like a big wave train out, okay?
With the waters of both rivers now flowing as one, the Tichégami quickened its pace and coursed through larger, pushier rapids.
Oh, huge wave train. Yeah. Okay. Big wave train. They say it's good. Let's try to get to the center of it, okay? Nice. Well done. Nice. Oh, we hit something there. Nice. Very good job. That was really good. Left. Yes. We good. Nice. Coming down this lower portion of the Tichégami River, a lot of the rock is kind of given way to these sandy banks, and we're now picking up more jack pine. The pure spruce forest interspersed with, you know, some scraggly tamaracks has now given way to stands of jack pine and spruce, and we're now seeing the Tichégami mountain range coming in the background over there too. So we'll be actually paddling down the river until we get towards Lake Baudeau, and then when we turn down Lake Baudeau, this range of mountains is going to flank us on our way down too. So we're still going to be paddling past mountains for the next couple days. It's just incredible how this river changes kilometer after kilometer and just keeps delivering impressive scenery. We're going to be pushing for another few kilometers, just trying to find a campsite for tonight. But we're thinking down this sort of way on the river, we're going to be ending up on one of these gorgeous sand flats. Fantastic. A little more paddling ahead and we'll find a campsite. So after 2 days of cold wind and rain, we finally get some sun and we found this perfect little piece of paradise.
Tichégami gods have shined down on us today. We had 2 days of horrible weather and we were pretty bone chilled, and now we have a beautiful sunny spot on a gorgeous, gorgeous beach. Today was pretty good. We were able to run a lot of rapids, and then we had our first like real portage, which honestly was probably a good thing. It was really cold because there were no bugs, because I can't imagine doing that portage with bugs. But the Labrador tea is like past our waist. It was in a burn spot, so all the trees were down, but incredible falls, beautiful, beautiful spot.
Well, now we got some easier days. Ahead. It's honestly hard though when you're just doing sets after sets. Like those rapid days.
Oh God, no.
We just got to keep going. There's no time. I mean, we could make time, but we don't want to go as far.
But yeah, we don't want to get set back.
camped on a large sweeping bend in the river. It was almost hard to imagine that just a week ago, we had been dragging through shallow streams to reach its rocky upper stretches. The Tichégami had rewarded all our daily struggles with captivating landscapes, enduring solitude, and an overwhelming feeling of tranquil accomplishment. Tomorrow, we would be leaving the Tichégami River behind, but our adventure was far from over.
Well, good morning. This is our final day here on the Tichégami River. Kind of sad, actually. This has been a pretty sweet journey so far on the river, but the trip is far from over. I mean, one of the main goals of the trip was to paddle the Tichégami River up from the Otish Mountains down to Lake Baudeau, and it kind of feels like a really important chapter on the trip is coming to a close. But we have quite a bit more paddling ahead of us. We're not even halfway done our trip so far, so I'm sure there'll be lots of excitement ahead. But it's just been really amazing to see this river kind of turn from a small stream into this really, really large body of water cutting through the mountain valley.
It's been an awesome trip so far, hitting some nice white water and testing some skills and working on communication between bow and stern. Beautiful day compared to the last 2 days, so I'm excited to not wear wet shoes and just paddle.
We're definitely not out of the woodwork for portaging yet. We might have a lot more as we head upstream to the Height of Land, but today it is all flat water paddling save for one rapid. It's calm, no wind, only a few clouds in the sky. Let's hope this weather continues, and it's a lovely day on the river.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the big wave train. This is gonna be fun. All right, see you guys at the bottom.
Yeah.
Is this our entry right here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta curl down to the right. First like real big pushy rapid on the trip.
It was so much fun. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, it's like our last one, but that was bomber, so it's a really good send-off of the Tichégami River. Wow. That was the last rapid on the Tichégami River. We've got about 20 kilometers of flat water paddling ahead of us before we get to Lake Baudeau. And then we're gonna find ourselves a lovely little spot. But yeah, that one was nice and pushy, so it's a shame that we didn't have more of that. It'd be great to continue all the way down to the East Main River, but that's not what our plans are calling for. So yeah, rapids are done, flat water ahead. Should be a great day of paddling.
Yeah, we should be turning left soon, right? Around that key of an island.
I think we curve to the bend here. There should be a big point and we should curve. But generally, if you see like a big cut bank like that, it means the current's been flowing through here anyways.
Yeah.
So we've reached the end of the Tichégami River for us. It continues down that way towards the East Main. And behind me here, Lake Baudeau is where we are headed now. So we're gonna be going down Lake Baudeau. Gorgeous, gorgeous lake, flanked by mountains down there.
Pretty sight.
Fabulous.
Woo! Going to celebrate with some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies on the reflector oven tonight. Super stoked.
We're actually gonna take a rest day down there too, well deserved. The big unknown of our trip's done, going down the river. And now we get to enjoy this wonderful lake for a few days.
After more than a week of westerly paddling on the Tichégami, we would now steer to the south, embarking on a new part of the journey with our sights set firmly on the height of land.
Lake Baudeau, paradise found on a gorgeous sandy beach on the north end of the lake, flanked by mountains over there. Sun's gonna set over there. Perfect spot. Hammered out about 32 kilometers today of flat water paddling, mostly. One really nice, quick, pushy little whitewater run. And it's all worth it because we get this gorgeous sandy beach, which we're gonna stay here for 2 days because we're gonna use this as our rest day stop. We're about the midway point of our trip right now. From here on in, we're gonna be going upstream, crossing the height of land before we go down the Wabissinane River and then out to Lake Mistassini and Albanel. But the weather's looking good. We're gonna enjoy ourselves, midway part of the trip, well-deserved rest. What a perfect spot to do it on this gorgeous sandy beach. Everyone is super excited to be hanging out here for a couple days. It's paradise. You know, I think you'd find something like this in the tropics, but we're up here in northern Quebec. It's perfect.
We are attempting oatmeal chocolate chip cookies for the first time. It was a just add water mix, so I'm hoping that they turn out well after a nice hard day of paddling and celebration ending our river part. Cooking them on the reflector oven, and then we're going to eat the entire thing. So good. This is well worth it after 30K of paddling today. This is exactly what I want.
Compared to like a
regular flat and
There's like 4 cookies in one.
definitely would make again. And I'm going to make again.
So it's day 9 on Lake Baudeau, and we're having a well-deserved rest day.
Really good sleep in today. Slept until 10. Glorious. Definitely a lazy morning.
It's a good day. And we're having a really amazing brunch. Some apple crisp, courtesy of Emily.
Hopefully it turns out well. And some coffee, some cowboy coffee cooking.
Coffee, yeah.
Got pancakes going over there, courtesy of Maggie Lee and Jacob. And there's some sausage over there. So it's rest day still, and we've had a massive brunch. Then we all went for a team swim, and now we're playing bowling. Oh! Okay, boys and girls, lawn bowling just got a whole lot more serious.
The hair was in my eyes.
Obviously, lawn bowling's not his first talent. Oh! Oh! Pigtails are good luck. They're working. Salvatore dance.
It's been amazing. Had beautiful weather actually.
Yeah.
I mean, only 2 days of
We
crappy
could not
weather,
ask for a better rest day.
Yeah, no bugs, even
No
though we're
bugs.
on a beach. This is
but a
Glorious
beautiful,
weather.
yeah, beautiful view of the mountains and a nice lake.
Went for a big family swim.
Yeah, we washed.
Washed our hair. Felt so good. We all got a bit.
burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a great trip so far.
What are you doing, Brad?
More field repairs because this canoe went in for a re-gel coat, but I don't think the gel coat adhered properly. I don't know if enough hardener was used. The new gel coat's flaking off, and in turn it's taking off parts of the old gel coat. So I'm putting some goop as a barrier to all the exposed weaves right now. We've tied down the skid plate because it had flaked up. So now we have a trucker's hitch on the other side, pulling tension down, put the skid plate down. We've ramped up the goo so it's not as dramatic of a flare. This haul is just a mess of different backcountry engineering and repair jobs to get us through this. I mean, once it's back in town, it'll need a full re-gel coat for sure. The weave itself is still fine, but the gel coat that's on top of the weave is not fine. The rest of the gel coat in the bow looks really good, but in the stern, it's probably just the mix ratio wasn't done properly. So it's unfortunate, but this is why you bring a repair kit, because things can happen, unfortunately. Looking forward to tomorrow. We are going down Lake Baudeau. I think it's about 26 kilometers in length. Supposed to have favorable winds. I think the wind is switching to a tailwind, so that should facilitate some easier travel down the lake. But we're basically just on the northern tip of the lake right now, so we have the full length of the lake to go. Well rested, ready to go, continue our trip Things are going to get interesting now. We are kind of into the second leg of the journey. We'll be going down the lake and then paddling up to the height of land and then taking the Wabissinane River down to the larger lakes.
It's day 10 on our canoe trip. We just had our rest day and we're heading down Lake Baudeau. It's about 23 kilometers. We have a wicked tailwind today, so we're gonna probably fly down this lake. It's a pretty long lake. But yeah, we're pretty excited. We're starting that second half of our trip, which will be down the lake, upstream, over a height of land, down another river, and then out to the big lakes.
Oh, this one's wet.
Nice.
Woo!
Lake Baudeau stretches for 25 kilometers in a mostly north-south direction, with the Tichégami Mountains rising to the east and broader flatlands to the west. We had worried that high winds funneling down the lake could be a potential problem. Instead, we were surprised with some of the best possible paddling conditions.
It's a hot afternoon here, making our way down Lake Baudeau. We've got the Tichégami Mountains off to our left and an old burn off to our right here. Open black spruce forest on both sides. It's so cool that there's absolutely no development out here. There's a few Cree camp buildings on Lake Baudeau, and that's pretty much the only people beyond recreational canoeists who would really get into this area. Just nothing but wilderness and wilds. It's spectacular. All right, we have made it to the south end of Lake Baudeau. Campsite's down on this end of the lake, few and far between, but we did find a little beach where we can get our 3 tents on. Not the most level spot, but it will definitely do in a pinch. And then there's a bit of a breeze here to keep the black flies at bay.
We no longer need it for food.
It's either on your path.
So why did we want to get rid of the blue bag though?
Well, we got a lot of portages the next 2 days, and just getting rid of one less carryable item is a huge achievement in my book.
Means we finally ate enough food that our remaining food fits in the food barrel.
And we're halfway through the trip and your barrel's still full.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that
That's
works.
a lot of food.
Yeah. Our barrel has not gone lighter, but our regular gear pack has, because our pot set now fits in there.
Yeah, that's nice.
And we don't have to hand bomb this thingy anymore.
Pretty full for day 10 of trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, our pack like reduced by half at least.
Keep in mind though, we haven't really like done the shoving and just organizing. It's kind of just like chucked in there.
I mean, I think it's pretty good at day 10 of trip. We still have enough food to fill a food barrel.
Yeah.
Makes me not concerned.
We eat good.
A bit of both.
Yeah.
No one's going hungry on this trip.
we're about to start our upstream travel tomorrow. 17 kilometers upstream. Hopefully it only lasts a day. So we're having popcorn tonight to lighten the load for someone. Because he packed a ton of popcorn. Oh, God.
We currently have some popcorn popping inside this pot. Probably the cringiest way to say that.
Yeah, we got popcorn popping inside the pot.
Well, I mean, maybe for the audience, they can hear the pops and they can probably figure it out, but I'm just gonna tell them, like, yeah, it's popping. Popcorn's in here. A lot of kernels in there still.
Take it. Take it like a Polaroid picture.
Freshly popped popcorn in the pot. Clearly.
We got the flavor booster.
Flavor,
It was a team
jalapeno
effort.
flavor popcorn for the win.
This is actually pretty good.
Team effort to get the popcorn popped. A bit of stress. A little
Not
anxious
very burnt.
waiting for it to pop, and it popped.
Not very sure.
I approve. It's good popcorn of this message.
Good morning. We are back to river travel today. We're going upstream on an unnamed creek. We are traveling up to the height of land today. The trek up shouldn't be too tricky. There are a couple waterfalls and rapids that we will have to either portage around or wade and stream up and around.
All bug suited up. We're expecting a lot of bugs today, so everyone's putting on the Watkins cream and getting their bug jackets ready. I'm expecting it to be pretty bad in the little creek, the Bushwhack Creek, and in the portages. Suited up.
The Cree First Nations come up here. They have a camp on the north end of this lake where they do hunting and fishing activities. We're hoping that those portages are in good condition and that travel is actually relatively easy today, because upstream travel can be fairly arduous if there are no portages in place. So we're pretty excited. It could be a slog, but I'm thinking it's not. Either way, I think it's going to be pretty dang buggy in there, and definitely going to be a bit of a push today, no matter what. Really excited to see what lies in store, because we're kind of leaving behind these lazy lake days and getting back to that sort of backcountry grind.
We just left the big lake, Lake Baudeau. We're making our way up an unnamed creek. We'll have a series of some smaller rapids that we all have to probably line up. About 17 to 20K. It's not particularly long, but going upstream and not really knowing if we'll have to portage or if we can just line. We just wanted to give ourselves a lot of time today.
Continuing south from Baudeau, we'll approach the height of land. It's located in a broad lower plain bordered by rolling hills and the Tichégami Mountains.
To get there, we'll have to navigate upstream through a maze of small rivers, lakes, and bogs. If all goes well, it should take just a day to reach. Then, we can begin the downstream approach to the big waters of Lake Mistassini and Albanel.
What's up?
Let's go, Turbo! So we couldn't really find any portage this year. Did a quick bush scout, couldn't find anything. The good news is the current's not too strong, so we're just wading upstream, which is actually quite refreshing today. And you know, and then we don't have to get everything out of the boat, put it back in the boat, and hop from pool to pool. We're coming up to a set where it's kind of pool and drop with a lot of little swifts and class 1 stuff. So we're just going to pond hop our way up the creek, past all these little sets. Most of them seem pretty small.
We've been pretty much just like lining and wading, falling up to our necks sometimes, up this kind of unnamed creek, and then it's an 800-meter headland crossing. And we haven't decided if we're gonna stay on this side or the other side of Headland for tonight. This side looks like it's more conducive to better camping. So we'll see, maybe we'll get lucky and like the entrance to the portage for the Headland will be a beach, because we've been rocking the beach sites this entire trip pretty much. And then we can just portage our boats across and have a little beach party, have some cocktails.
Leaving paint, green paint, yellow paint, and red paint everywhere.
Up the river we go, all day waiting, up the unnamed river. You've arrived at your destination, another tiny pond. Please fasten your thigh straps and enjoy the ride. All right, so after a good upstream push there, we have made it to the Haida Land Lake. Fantastic. Really shallow going up there, but thankfully we were able to wade up most of that, line up a few sections, and we only had to really portage. Oh no.
Don't follow our path,
Mud flats. Mud flats. Headwater special. All right. Hi, I'm sun fried. We made it to the Haida Land. Everything around here drops off. Optical illusion too. It looks like we're on the edge of the world. Very cool.
Straight shot through the bog that way, and we'll be on, what's it called, Wabissinane Creek.
So it's a river. Yeah.
And we're going downstream. So that's a very nice thing.
Downstream? What? What is that?
All right, time to do the Haida Land portage, 800 meters. Looks pretty boggy.
Just zip this thing up because no more swollen face. No bugs. Bug-free zone.
Geared up and ready to go, we lifted packs and canoes and set out over the watershed divide.
I hope, that's the work we go.
We now found ourselves following in the footsteps of the Cree peoples, as a well-defined trail, likely centuries old, guided us across the divide and down to the shimmering waters beyond.
There we go, that's the ridge. Now we're descending into a new watershed. And we're going back downstream for the rest of our journey from here on in. All right, we've made it to camp. Decent site here at the end of the Portage trail at the height of land. It's all downhill from here now, so we're gonna be going downriver tomorrow, next couple days before we get down to Lake Wabissinane. Hopefully a little easier travel. Today wasn't too tricky, just some shallow water, lining and wading upstream. Just arduous at times, but really wasn't too challenging. This trip's actually been a lot easier than anticipated too. The river coming down the mountains, a lot of those rapids we could run. We didn't have to resort to bushwhack portages. Coming down here, this is a somewhat utilized route by the Cree and Keewaydin camps in the past. So there are traces that it's been used, and these trails are still in existence too. Our travel's been relatively easy at this point in time too. Allocated a bunch of extra days just because we didn't know what the unknowns we'd be facing out here, and so far we haven't had to use them up. But we do have Lake Wabissinane a couple days away, and if the weather is bad, that crossing might have to be delayed, or we might have to skirt the sides of the lake, or we just have some extra days to play with, so we'll see.
Having red pasta. So we got some fazuli noodles, which I almost touched with my hand, which I shouldn't do on boiling hot water. And then we're rehydrating beef and tomato sauce with some mushrooms and fresh Romano.
It is the morning of day 12, and we are going to be heading down the Wabissinane River. We are basically at the height of land right now. All the waters from here on in are going to flow downstream to Lake Wabissinane. Good news for us, because if it's shallow and bony like the waters we had yesterday, we'll have a little more flow for lining and wading the canoes through. Gorgeous day, not a cloud in the sky, really hot as well. Black flies are out unfortunately, but if we get a bit of a slight wind whipping up later in the day, hopefully it'll blow them away. Lots of little rapids and swifts and stuff on our day, maybe a few waterfalls and such, but we're aiming to go around anywhere from 20 to 30 kilometers depending upon, you know, how the day shapes up to get to a campsite. This area around here definitely burned over at some point in the last 20 to 30 years. Lots of small growth. We have a lot more jack pine. Since we left the mountains, we left a lot of those black spruce and tamarack forests. Still have a lot of tamarack and black spruce around, but now we've got a lot of these jack pine stands. Still nice to see some of the pine trees popping up here and there, but I do think as we go further down the river, we'll get back into some of those more barren landscapes as well too. Full send down a huge rapid on the Wab. Yeah! Well, at least there's flow, and that was fun. So there you go. A little action on the day. We're not done rapids yet, apparently. Wab's got some fun in store for us.
A little shallow in parts, so kind of in and out of the boat, but not too bad. We can kind of pole our way through this.
Our first rapid had way more water than we were expecting, so high hopes for the rest of the day because we're about to enter a rapid zone.
Don't want to hit that one. Low water on the Wab, line, wade, and go down some Cheese Grater Rapids. Thankfully it's a warm day and we don't mind getting wet because on a cold day this would be kind of crappy. But that's downstream travel from the height of land in July. Low water. Yeah, if we can. Bumpity bumpity bum 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 bum. Down the Cheese Grater.
Downstream travel was slow but steady. Each passing rapid gained a little more volume as the river gradually started to take shape.
Leave it. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, it's got to lift it up. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Oh, the bow got wedged.
The little one that
Yeah, it needed to come a little to the left. It was tight, eh? The Portage has been getting better and better. Height of land crossing was great, but this is well used, super clear, nice jack pine forest. So the tree species have definitely changed to be predominantly jack pine around here. Nice sandy soils, really holds a path for a long time. An absolute gorgeous portage to walk through.
Came across a 450 meter portage. It's in really good shape considering we're not too sure how many people come down here. Yeah, it's not too bad. We've got a couple other people coming this way. Traffic jam.
Traffic jam!
Nice portage.
Yeah, beautiful portage trail.
It's about 450 meters of portaging, and actually a surprisingly really pretty bush. And then I think we paddle for a couple K. That was a nice portage.
I know. It just like popped out of nowhere.
All right, camp for the night. This old burn area right on the Portage Trail, overlooking this gorge. Gorgeous spot, really open back here. You can see well off into the distance, just a few little scraggly jack pine. Other than that, pretty barren. Going downriver on the Wab, the trails are quite maintained. Very surprising actually compared to some of the other stuff we were going through earlier in the trip, but we'll take it. And it's nice to see that we have easy trails and established campsites along the way here where people have stayed before. So I think the harder stuff is behind us now. Tomorrow though, we do have to get down to Lake Wabissinane, and we'll see what the weather's doing. We might have to stay windbound for a few days if it's bad, because we do have some big open water crossings. So even though this portion of our journey has been relatively easy, we're still not out of the woods yet on the trip, and we still have a few more days ahead of us of potentially trickier travel. So we'll see how that goes.
Welcome to Backcountry Cocktails with Leah. We're making painkillers because it's a long trip and we all need a painkiller at this part. So what you do is you start with a lot of vodka. And then you take some powdered coconut milk that you mix with water. Give it a little stir, and then you just pour it in. And then we have Tang Pineapple Orange. You just squirt a bunch in there. And you take some lime. And voila! There you go.
Oh, that's so good. So strong. So good.
We stayed up late that night, making the most of our final hours on a river. Tomorrow would be our last day of river travel. The big lakes beyond promised new challenges and experiences, but above all else, the open water crossings were now top of mind.
So today we are going down river to get to Lake Wabissinane. Not a big day in terms of kilometers. We got a couple of rapids on the day that we might be able to run. Maybe a set of falls, we have the Portage, but for the most part, fairly easy river paddling until we get down to the lake. And then we'll set up there so that we can hopefully get a push across the lake when the water is calm.
Lake Wabissinane. It's like Superior, but in Quebec. Should be good.
I'm kind of pumped to get on the lake and just like look down and see like just blue on the horizon. I think that'll be kind of cool. I think we'll have a nice campsite for tonight too. Little beach with a little inland lake.
Getting prepped and packed as we make our way down towards Lake Wabissinane. Really kind of the next big leg of our journey. And hopefully the weather is good when we get down there, because those lakes apparently can be very much like an inland sea. They are absolutely massive.
Good way to start your day. A little rapid action. Picking our way down a nice little bouldery set. Nothing to it. Always good today to start your day with a little bit of rapid action. Keeps the doctor away. Push to Lake Wabissinane. It's about 5K away right now. And the wind is definitely picked up compared to the last couple days. Winds are about 20 kilometers an hour, gusting up to 30 minimum. But with these winds, we'll see what happens when we get to the river mouth. If you hear 3 whistle blasts, you know there's a problem. All right, last rapid of our trip. We're going to run the first part, then eddy out and line the remainder. Bit of a techie wave train with a few hidden boulders, so hopefully we don't scrape. But we will see. Okay, let's get some power. Oh yeah, definitely smoke that. Oh. Not the most graceful. Nice, that was well done though. That was good. The entry was a little sketchy because it was kind of like the current kind of took us funky, but we hit the bottom.
Oh yeah, I heard us bottom up.
To the lake.
The big waters were now within reach. All that stood in our way was the boulder-strewn outflow of the Wabissinane River.
Here it goes. Perfect.
With the final rapid now behind us, we found ourselves in a sheltered inlet on Lake Wabissinane, eager to tackle the openness that lay beyond.
We made it.
What a pike! Oh, yo!
Yo, you got it.
Yo, it hit my line. I was like, okay, I'm snagged, and then
Because I think we can get them on shore and we can net them at the same time. You're probably gonna have to tire them out for a few minutes.
yeah. What a monster. An absolute snake.
Fillets off that, feed
Dude,
everybody
it's
like 6 times.
literally a meter long.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Jacob, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Okay, sick.
Oh man. This thing's huge. Like
12 pounds?
no more than that, I think.
18?
Oh.
Yeah, he annihilated
Look at
that.
those teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, they're like 2 millimeters long. It's the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life.
And you caught it on a canoe trip with probably not
It's not your first big lake rodeo.
looking at the squares on a map.
We have made it to Lake Wabissinane 13 days later. We're gonna be heading down the coast trying to find a campsite right now. And yeah, it's 4:30. Good time to relax and celebrate.
It's a little daunting, the fact that we have to cross that in a couple days. Just straight across, boom. It'll be maybe a bit of a white knuckle paddle. I don't know, we'll see. See what the weather is like.
You can see the other shoreline just on the horizon. Thin blue line of ridges. That's about 8 kilometers away. It's a big peninsula, and then straight across there's another 6 kilometers of open water. So quite a lot of open water paddling to get over there. Welcome to gorgeous Wabissinane Lake. We have found ourselves a little slice of paradise here. Gorgeous big sandy beach, and in behind there's a little lake and a stream trickling down. Cobbles on the one side, nice fine sand here, just perfect. Gorgeous day. The winds actually died down quite a bit. We're supposed to be getting weather tomorrow, so we're planning on hunkering down here for potentially 2 nights right now. We could attempt an open crossing, but it is Tuesday and we still have time on the trip. We're going to enjoy ourselves and, you know, use up the time here, because we had to factor in those extra days because Wabissinane can be quite the angry lake at times, but right now she is a gentle giant and she is absolutely breathtaking.
We have a lentil shepherd's pie with garlic mashed potatoes currently in the reflector oven, getting all brown on top. And then after, for dessert, we have a chocolate peanut butter walnut brownie creation.
Nice. Is that sufficient?
Oh yeah.
First one's older.
Definitely nice to have a nice warm meal as it's cooling down for the night.
Stormbound on Lake Wabissinane. We actually knew the weather was going to be potentially a little hairier today. And because we have that open water crossing, we didn't want to go out there with rains and heavy surf kind of forecasted. Doesn't look like it's too crazy from here, but further out in the middle of the lake could be a lot worse, because that's an open water crossing. If you commit to that, that's an hour and a half, 2 hours of paddling. And with these storms rolling through, you could get caught in something out there and it would be a hairy ordeal. There are whitecaps pounding into the shore here, decent sized waves, but further out there it's not where you want to get caught. This is a large lake and it commands respect. We do have the time, so we're just hunkered down today
It's been raining off and on. We're just hanging out in the bug shelter, relaxing, playing some games, enjoying ourselves. So Cam's the vegan, right? What happened to your gloves, bro?
Well, I have the gloves accessible in my bug jacket. They're my bug gloves and my work gloves. So, but we caught a big pike, and figured they're the quickest gloves to reach for the pike. So I chucked them to Jacob, and now they're very slimy. Currently sitting in the bottom of my canoe.
And he'll stay there until
it trips over, and then I throw them in the garbage. No, we're part of a team. You can use my gloves.
Cam's the MVP.
Yeah, just wash them. That's all I have.
Just the basic necessity.
Yeah.
With the surface area over 2.3 thousand square kilometers, Lake Mistassini is Quebec's largest natural lake.
Crossing it requires paddling 2 stretches of open water totaling 14 kilometers.
Once across, an additional 3 kilometers of open waters on Lake Albanel also awaits.
Tomorrow, the plan is to get up, hopefully before sunrise, hit the lake when it's calm, hopefully like glass, make a beeline for that first peninsula and knock off at least the first 8-kilometer open water crossing. After that, we've got at least another 6 kilometers of open water to get across before we can call it a day. So tomorrow is definitely going to be big lake travel, but we need decent conditions before we attempt such a crossing because we don't want to get out there and have a canoe capsize. Lakes like this, large and unpredictable, not something you want to tempt fate with.
I've never done like a big open crossing like this before, so it'll be kind of a new thing for me. Dealing with like wavy waters and big open, the open winds and big open lake.
Hopefully the wind cooperates with us and we don't get any crazy headwinds or anything. But I think it's going to be a pretty interesting part of the trip, getting through this big lake.
I'm excited for that, just looking out and seeing like, you know, way off the distance our target, and then just looking the other way, like just nothing, like, you know, just horizon. I think that's going to be super cool. A little scary too, a little bit exciting.
That evening, our thoughts were occupied with the wind and waves buffeting our beach. If the weather didn't begin to clear, we'd have to begin assessing our backup options. The thought of paddling 100 kilometers down the coast or being penned down on the beach for days was not appealing, and we remained hopeful that tomorrow would bring fair weather to attempt the crossing.
Morning of day 15, we are about to cross Lake Mistassini, kicking things off with an 8-kilometer open water crossing. We're just gonna go down about 1 kilometer down the point here, and then we're gonna take a straight bearing across the lake. Once we get to the midway point, there'll be a bit of shelter between 2 peninsulas, and then from then on we have a further 6-kilometer crossing to get to the other side, and that's the Portage area to Lake Albanel.
We're all pretty amped up about it because we had a weather day yesterday and we're eager to get across this big lake.
Pretty calm out there. There's no whitecaps or any big rolling waves coming in, so that's a good sign. So I think we're anticipating a pretty straightforward, kind of easier crossing, hopefully. And it looks like the weather will hold for at least a few hours as we're crossing.
The chop is pretty mild right now, and the pressure is rising, which is really good. Behind me looks like a high pressure system's moving in. The low pressure system that was predominant yesterday is moving out, so there's less cloud cover. It means the chop should get better as we're out there longer. So it looks like we have probably about a 4 to 5 hour window to play with, so that gives us ample time to cross both open bodies of water.
It's gonna be interesting to be out there like pretty in the middle of the lake and then just not really being able to see anything on either side or see things really far in a distance. It's gonna be a pretty unique experience.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty excited. I think it'll be good once we get out there.
3 canoes, decks on in case we have any issues. We have the numbers, we have the spray decks, should be fine out there. But of course, with any open water crossing, there's always a bit of nerves when you're going out there because you are in the middle of the lake and you're far from shore. But conditions today are looking really favorable for this crossing, so I think it's going to be really good. We are currently out in the middle of Lake Mistassini right now, pretty much the halfway point of our crossing. Making swift progress here. Looks like there's a bit of a foul weather to the southwest of us right now, but it's tracking to the east, which is good. And our heading is bang on. These waves aren't bad at all. All right, we are across the first part. Whew, not bad. That took us about an hour 15, and thankfully it was getting calmer and calmer as we were going. We are now between a giant point and a big island. It's kind of forming the middle arc of the lake, and then after that we've got more open water crossing, though it's about 2 kilometers less than the last one we did there. So not out of the woods yet, but the weather is looking very favorable, and so far so good. Picked a good day to cross this lake.
First crossing was amazing. It was really, really calm. It was quite easy actually. Yeah, I mean, like we could see the opening from pretty far away, so it was encouraging, I guess. We just have about like another 6 kilometer crossing to do in this, like, once we get through this like little gateway.
It's very much akin to paddling an inland sea at times, apparently. And as the largest natural freshwater lake in Quebec, it is quite a massive body of water. So we've done a lot of big water paddling before, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, the ocean. Every time it's something different, but so far, so good on this lake. So we're about to start the second open water crossing. Fairly clear skies again today. We can see our trajectory, which makes it really nice. You don't have to just shoot a compass bearing. If you have a day with low visibility, you're definitely going to have to follow a bearing to get across. Wind has definitely shifted. We have a headwind now, and it's cooled off a bit. But so far, the skies are still looking favorable for the second part of our crossing here. All right, successfully crossed Lake Mistassini. Wasn't too tricky at all, and the water actually got calmer the more we paddled. Right now we're camped at the start of the portage between Lake Mistassini and Lake Albanel. We already portaged the canoes over. It's about 925 meters.
Oh. Wow. Tree in my bow. Hello, tree. I cannot see because there's a tree
Right in front of me, portaging from Wabissinane. I am soaked. On that, that's the rest of the trail. And I'm definitely not doing that today. Who else likes portaging in the rain? It's a pain. Makes you go a bit insane. Shorter day tomorrow, not too crazy, but thankfully Wabissinane wasn't a harrowing crossing after all, and yeah, we made short work of it. So we're just gonna kick back, relax on this sort of dark, gloomy, rainy evening, and hang out in the bug tent, make some dinner, and enjoy one of our last nights out here.
So are we feeling popcorn? People like, I kind of see like, be honest, if we're not feeling popcorn, let's not, no?
I feel like it's a lot of work.
It seems like it's a hard no on the popcorn.
Good morning, it is day 16. We are kicking things off with a portage. Last night we camped at the start of the Wabissinane Albanel portage, and today we are going to be continuing across it. We've already got the canoes across. Now we're going to do the packs. After this 925 meter portage, it's a bit of a marshy bog area, which we paddle through. Then we do about a 550 meter, pop out on the river and do a 150 meter, and then we're down at the lake. So I'm like starting the day off marching through the bush with packs. At least they're light because we're at the end of our trip now.
I already hammered out the canoes yesterday, so it'll be an easy day for the boys.
Wet portage to the jungle. That's okay, no canoe.
Yeah.
All right, starting the day off right. Trekking. That is in fact the trail.
Hey, bro. Oh.
Branches that overlaid the trail, I got stuck and was like, wah! Every single time. Go figure. Pretty much the last portage in the area closest to a large population, in a park, in the First Nation reserve, where they use hunting and fishing, and it's the bushiest portage. How is this possible? Anyways, almost done. Yay. So we're currently on like a creek pond hop sort of thing between Lake Albanel and Wabissinane. These are two massive lakes that are used by fishermen and the First Nations, and they're connected with a series of 3 little portages.
Okay, go. Whew.
And we're currently on this pond searching for this elusive 550 portage. We keep seeing trails, but they're just really well used beaver trails, so they look really defined, and then they go into the woods and just lead you to a bunch of fallen down trees that beavers have been eating. We've been looking for about 30 minutes. determined to not have to bushwhack. We've been going on and on about how this has been such a trip where everything works out and it's so perfect and blah, blah, blah. And now, our last day, our literal last day. And this is what we get as our send-off. So we ended up finding the Portage. Turns out it was actually a pond back. Brad thought he saw a blaze, but we're like, the map and all the notes were saying, oh, it's at the far north end of the chain of creek pond things. Old blaze. What we realized though was that a beaver dam had been recently erected. Those guys can change the nature of the lake a lot, so that's why we ended up just kind of missing it. We ended up actually just kind of bushwhacking 125 meters to the trail instead of going back down this like 5-foot beaver dam and continuing paddling. So we're just making our way.
Oh, that was good. One more of those to go.
Oh, he's a pike. Oh, you slippery little demon. There we go. There are fish in the waters here. Woo!
With the portages complete, all that remained was one final rapid, and we'd find ourselves on the waters of Lake Albanel.
Just as we were nearing camp for the night, we noticed movement on the shore. The encounter was brief, but we all managed to catch a glimpse of the elusive and endangered woodland caribou.
So our last night of the trip, we're here on Lake Albanel. Gorgeous lake, very similar to Lake Mistassini, but there's a lot more exposed rock on here, very like fractured, sweeping expanses. Gorgeous lake, really fitting end to our trip. It's bittersweet that our trip is coming to an end. The last 16 days really flew by.
It doesn't feel like the trip should be ending because it feels like it's just kind of getting started. But yeah, no, it's been a wonderful experience.
I learned a lot on this trip. Like, I think it was a really solid group of people, a lot of good skills too. You know, of course I had to get rescued maybe twice. Running the rapids was tons of fun. Just days, like, you know, 4 or 5 days of just non-stop rapids every day. And even though we had some bad weather days, like, that was just still a really good time.
We got really lucky with some nice big sets. I mean, there's a lot of lining and wading, but we're lucky we could do that instead of having a portage around it.
The whole dynamic of the trip was amazing. Everybody getting along, everybody just laughing never laughed as much as this.
a year of COVID and being by myself, it's nice to get out on the river and just forget that that's going on and just get to know a good group of people.
I haven't laughed this much on a trip. My abs are not sore from canoeing. My abs are sore from laughing, which is a fun change of pace.
It's a little sad. It's weird that it's our last night out on the water.
These are the types of trips that make you want to go on trip because they make it, you don't want to end. You could easily be out here for 2 months.
Once you get in the groove, you go, and if we'd have more food, we could keep going for as long as we could.
It's been quite the experience. It's been quite the trip, and it's bittersweet that it's all coming to an end right now, but it's been one incredible journey. Good morning, day 17 and our final day on the water. We're going to be paddling across Lake Albanel today. We've got about 5 kilometers to get to our takeout, and then we have a long shuttle to do to get our vehicles back from the Otish Mountains. So it'll be a short day. The sun is already blazing hot. It's 7 o'clock. The water is very calm. We have about a 2 kilometer open water crossing, but we should make quick work of that. But yeah, just a brief paddle and the trip comes to a close.
I feel great about crossing Lake Albanel. It's super calm. It's a short crossing. It's only like 3 kilometers or so, which is not a lot to us anymore after our big crossings a couple days ago. We couldn't ask for better weather. It's sunny. It's an early morning. It's beautiful. It feels surreal that it's already over. Yeah, I feel like we could stay out here forever now that we have our rhythm and groove. But, I mean, food in Chibougamau is going to be pretty awesome. Nice cold beer, too.
Bittersweet, our trip is coming to an end, but it has been an unforgettable 17 days paddling through the wilds of the Otish Mountains, through the barrens and the canyons and the large lakes, out here to Lake Albanel, finishing our trip. One fantastic journey through northern Quebec, and we'll definitely be back to this area to explore more in the future. Fantastic.
Our adventure across the wilds of northern Quebec was coming to a close. At times, the lands and waters challenged our headway. Yet there was always a reward for our efforts as we ventured across the tundra-top mountains, through the barren taiga, and into the great boreal forest.
All told, we had journeyed over 300 kilometers through a vast, unspoiled wilderness. Though we set out to discover the secrets of a river, we left with far more, forming newfound bonds and memories that would last a lifetime.
While the end of a trip is always bittersweet, it had been one incredible journey through the place
Where the waters begin.
Downstream? What? What is that?